What's up, everybody? It's Brianna. It's the boss up, and today we're with Demi Lobo, radio personality and entrepreneur.
Clap for a nigga with his rapping ass. Blow a stack for your niggas with your...
Hey guys, it's Demi Lobo, your favorite radio personality, entrepreneur, shepreneur, honey, she does it all, okay? Pop recording artist extraordinaire, all right? Follow me on Twitter at Demi Lobo. I have two businesses, a merchandise store, Epic Steez, that's E-P-I-Q-U-E, Steez, and it's also on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and I have a new lipstick line, which I'm rocking, my Reckless purple lipstick, and that is The Lip Station. It's on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Google it, all right? Support these Chicago businesses, all right? I'm here with thebossup.com. So excited for this interview. It's going to be awesome.
Okay, Demi, thanks for joining us today. No problem. So you're known for so many things in Chicago, so let us know how you got your start.
Well, I have an interesting start, actually. I went from high school, I went to the Chicago High School for Agricultural Sciences, also known as CHAS. I don't know if you've heard of that before. I'm a farm school, so you probably not have heard of it. But so I graduated from CHAS, and I went to Eastern Illinois University, EIU, and I was there for a year and a half, and I was having the time of my life, partying, very much so, just the time of my life. But I realized that I had a bigger purpose. I was on the radio there 5 days a week, and I was doing video for the sports camps, for the sports programs. I was on TV, a reporter, like I was just doing everything. I was singing, and I just kind of felt like I was a big fish in a small pond. And I was, you know, overexerting myself in this small town in Charleston, Illinois. But they did give me a lot of the resources that I use today. So I love my experience at EIU. So I decided to transfer to Columbia College Chicago. I graduated last year with a major in radio, a minor in business. Thank you. And as soon as I got there, I was trying to get on the radio. We had WCRX. And I was like, I want to be on the radio, so I got a show on the radio there. I started interning at WGCI. I started performing. I mean, like, Columbia took what I already knew and just put it on steroids. Absolutely. So for the radio sector, I got my start being an intern at WGCI. I was there every day. I wore my key card out, okay? 6 days a week was like, I didn't even take a day off. I was there every single day wearing out my key card. So, and then I eventually got hired in August. I almost know the day. What is it? August 24th, 2010. Yes, I know it. Still committed to memory. Almost 3 years this year. So yeah, so that's how I got my start before I graduated. So that was pretty awesome. Music, my first show was April 16, 2009, and it was at Columbia College's Big Mouth. And I performed a song called Drama Queen, and I had this pink tutu, and I went around Chicago everywhere with this pink tutu or purple, depending on how I was feeling, and was performing my song Drama Queen, you know, giving out flyers, really guerrilla marketing, you know, getting it in. And so so that's how music is, and just, you know, the rest is history. You know, BT's 106 Park, and you know, just everything is just the rest of history. It's just, you know, going really hard. And so entrepreneurially, I just launched my first business in December, which is my merchandise store, Epic Steez, which I had to do like snapbacks and jewelry and custom pieces and stuff like that. And then I just launched my lipstick line last month, June 1st. So, you know, stuff is just happening. I say, oh, you know what, I want to do lipstick. So, okay, I'm gonna just find out how to do lipstick, you know, just like make it happen. And I found a manufacturer, and you know, just working.
So you mentioned so many things.
Yes.
I know you have something called Demi Neutron.
Yes.
So tell us about that aspect of your singing career, right?
Yes. So Demi Neutron goes into my music part. Now she is like my alter ego. Yes, she's my alter ego. Like I'm Demi Lobo for everything else, but like Demi Neutron is like outer space. You know, she created the 10th planet, you know, planet Neutron. She has neutrons, her supporters are neutrons. So like it's just this whole like, because I've really always been out of the box. I've always been known to do a lot of things out of the box, crazy, wacky, cool, you know, colored hair and like, you know, lipsticks and just, you know, crazy makeup. Like I'm a drag queen when it comes to makeup. So, you know, just like I've always just been like over the top. And so that's my alter ego. Demi Neutron can let me be like, you know, wacky and cool, and nobody will say
Nobody will say anything.
Oh no, they'd be like, oh girl, that's just Demi Neutron. Possibly Demi Lobo. We don't know.
Okay, so you know you are a host of WGCI. That's what a lot of people know you as. So how has that shaped your experiences, and what can you say about being on the radio?
Radio is so amazing, and the cool thing about my station in Chicago is that we're not just, you know, radio personalities behind the microphone. You know what I mean? Like, we're so in front of the camera. Like, you know, my coworker Don Pease, she's just on a reality show, and like my coworkers, you know, in the morning show, they do like TV, and so like we're not just like radio personalities. And I think that's the how radio is just evolving in general, because we're not just behind the microphone. You know what we look like. You know, we blog and we're, you know, just all the time everywhere out in the community. So it's not just radio anymore.
You have to stay updated.
Absolutely. You have to know everything that's going on. If you ask me what Chris Brown is doing right now, I could probably tell you where he's at. Him, Rihanna, Karuchi, all of them. I can tell you. No, I was kidding. But like, you know, we have to like really stay up to date. And you know, we're a lot of in front of the camera, not just behind the camera. So it's giving me the opportunity to not just be like Demi Lobo behind the mic. It's like I can take all of my talents that I do and like wrap it all in, and it's an amazing platform. So radio is just absolutely amazing.
It's awesome, and a lot of people, that's their aspiration to work. So.
Absolutely. I mean, it's crazy. I didn't even know that. I never thought that I would be this far in radio. Like, I didn't even think I would get the job at WGCI, let alone about to celebrate a 3-year anniversary. So
yeah, you're killing it. So
thanks, girl.
Congratulations. So, being in radio and everything else you do as far as media, you meet a lot of celebrities and a lot of influential people.
Absolutely.
So who is someone that you look up to?
Oh my God, of course, everyone looks up to Beyonce. I mean, like, where do we start? I mean, Beyonce is just amazing. But as far as entrepreneurially artists, I am the most hugest Nicki Minaj fan of life.
Really?
I can't even describe it. The reason why is because she's like, you know, I feel like we're like sisters almost, you know, but just in the fact of like, you know, not afraid to be weird and like wear tutus and like colored hair and, you know, beat faces and just like, you know, very outspoken and just different, you know what I mean? So like she inspires me like a lot. Rihanna's music inspires me. She's just, you know, all of her music is just amazing. Like I've never heard a bad record from her.
Exactly.
She's extremely inspiring. And then Beyonce. Those are my top 3. And I love Katy Perry too. So those are like my top inspirational people. Yes.
Okay.
Love
so
them.
that's awesome. We know about your boutique, like you told us.
Yes. Absolutely.
Tell us how you pick your products and what's your favorite product.
Oh, you know what? Let me see. What is my favorite? Actually, this is one of my favorites.
Okay, so
it's 2 Chain Choker. 2 Chain Choker, epicseeds.com. But I love everything. I think that's why I like doing it so much, is because a lot of it is stuff that I like. You know what I mean? So it's hard for me to say like what's my favorite, because I like all of it. I wasn't really a snapback person until I started doing my merchandise.
Okay.
Yeah. I was going through like this edgy phase, and I was like, you know, maybe some snapbacks and beanies, you know, and then like I kind of like do stuff that people like, you know, that I think people like, but more so that I would wear myself.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying?
So that's what makes it amazing.
Absolutely.
You would wear
Absolutely. Same with my lipstick line. You know, I look at what's happening and, you know, what are current lines selling, and, you know, but then I also say, look, would I wear this? You know, it's funny you asked that with my lipstick line, even though that wasn't the question. I have a nude, but it fits on lighter skin. It looks better on lighter skin. So now I'm working on a nude. A friend of mine was like, I really don't like the nude that you have because it doesn't fit my complexion. And so I was like, you know what? I'm gonna make a nude. Yeah, I'm gonna, you know. So it's kind of like just listening to what the market needs. What are
growing as an entrepreneur.
Absolutely. So I'm gonna make a nude that is for that looks better on darker skin. So I have a nude for every complexion.
Okay.
This is an example, you know. I could talk for days.
Okay, do you have a favorite lipstick though?
This one is mine.
Okay,
the purple is mine.
Okay.
This is called Reckless. The concept behind the lipstick is that every color is a felony. So the lip station, honey, don't get pulled over by the lip police, honey. Don't get you a felony, honey. Yes, all right. So every color is a felony. So this is called Reckless. My blue is called Cold Blue.
Okay.
The black is blackmail. Red is center. So they're not like quote-unquote actual felonies that you would go to jail for, but like, you know, along the lines of naughty, getting in trouble, you know what I'm saying? You don't want to get caught with a, you know, a reckless or cold blue like that. So that's the whole concept, yeah. So I'm working on my fall line right now on 5 new colors that we're working on to
so make sure you let the boss up know so we can put it on the side.
Honey, I'm gonna call you first. You can be my first phone call. Yes.
Okay, so this is the boss up. You already know. So you
Yes.
have to give us 3 reasons why you consider yourself a boss.
Oh, wonderful. Just 3. Crap, no, I'm kidding. I'm just joking. 3 reasons I consider myself a boss is because I am so determined, so tenacious, grinder, extraordinaire. Like, it's kind of like when I put my mind on something, I channel it, I focus on it, and I just kind of like, I'm relentless in making sure it happens. So I feel like that's number 1, even though that was like 5 things, but we're gonna put that, make that, that's number 1. Number 1 is that, you know, just, you know, that determination. Number 2 is that, you know, I think I am a kind person. I'll say that. I have a great personality. I know how to, you know, talk to people, because you can be a boss, but you can be a being too. You know what I'm saying? You can't be like boss and mean and people can't approach you. So I think that I have a great personality. I talk to people when I go out. I'm like, hey girl, you know, I just make friends with anybody. Honey, I'll make friends with you and Jewel, okay? You know, so I think that's part of being a boss. Not just, you know, having, you know, money and you know, all of that. You know, you have to have a good personality too. Have a good presence. Great way to end that. And so number 3, what would number 3 be? Number 3, I put so much in number 1. Now I can't think of a third one. I would say that number 3 is that I am an everything woman. That's kind of like number 1, but just like that I just do everything. You know, like I'm not gonna let anybody put me in a box. You know, I'm creative. My mind is always thinking, and it's kind of like I will have 5 businesses. I'll do 7, 8 things. You know, if I have the time, the space, the money to make it happen, it's kind of like if I say I'm gonna do it, you know, I don't care. I just do everything, you know, and I don't want anybody to say, like, people ask me, like, well, what's your favorite thing? It's kind of like I don't have a favorite. I'll be an artist, entrepreneur, radio personality, TV personality, you know, do it all. So
that's awesome.
That's 3.
That's how you win.
That's
everything.
And that's how you win. .com, win.com.
So we noticed that at the ASCAP Awards in LA this year, Chicago presence was huge.
Oh my God.
And we know that you were there, so
it was
your role.
so many Chicago people there, and it was awesome because I thought that at first I was gonna go to the ASCAP Awards in LA. I'm not gonna know anybody, but I ended up knowing so many people. Yeah, the interns were there. Jeremiah was there with all of his people. Tyrese has 2 songwriters that wrote Stay, and so they were from Chicago. So the Chicago presence, Young Bird was there. You know, so it was just like so many Chicago people. And LA was just amazing, period. Like I have so many friends and, you know, media, music peers that are in LA, you know, it was just amazing that are from Chicago. Like Chicago's like migrating to Los Angeles. So I did the BET experience as well, BET Awards weekend, and that was all in the same weekend. And I was at Nicole Bitchie's party. There was a lot of people from Chicago there. I mean, it was just like, you know, I met tons of celebrities, and like so many people were from Chicago. Everywhere I went, I met someone that was from Chicago. So LA was awesome. I don't know, no, I'm just playing, but I love LA. You know, like even a lot of personalities from the station were there. Me, Consuela was there, UB was there, Chris Michaels was there. Like it was a lot of people from Chicago. We all went during that BET weekend, so it was awesome.
So we want to thank you for coming. It's an honor interviewing you.
Honey, I know I was late. Don't tell them. Don't put it in the thing. Tell them I was late, honey. I was a little bit fashionably late. Honey, the rain. You know, this rain in Chicago. It was terrible.
It's crazy.
We made it though.
And thank you.
We made it. No, thank you.
All right.
So.